Hey guys, welcome to your love reading, Spiritual Infusion 1111. Let's get into this. What messages do you have for the collective with what's going on with their love life? Okay, first card out we have is the slow burn. All right. So this is a connection that has been moving forward very, very slowly. Now, you are this person, you both could feel like it's moving too slow because it does feel like there is this anxious energy underneath. It's almost like, you know, when you just eat and you want to go in the pool, but you know, you got to wait 10 minutes for your stomach to settle before you hop in there. It's something about there's this anxious energy with wanting to progress or wanting to move things forward. Now, for some of you, you could have had to adapt to this slower pace, and you're dealing with somebody who is very solid, whoever you're thinking about. But I feel like part of you could feel like this is a solid connection, even as slow as it goes. I just cut the deck and we have 1, 4, 3. Okay, so I also feel like you had to remain solid in yourself, right? You had to make you a priority. You had to maintain yourself and continue to be grounded, because the way that this is moving, the slowness and all of that, it's easy to get carried away and really forget what the purpose is. Because things are progressing in a manner where you're like, look, I don't know what's going on. Are we going forward? Are we going backwards? Like my friend said the other day, I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But the positive note about that is I'm used to taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So I'm still gaining a step, even though it's moving at a small or a slow pace. Because the reality is you have somebody here that really does love you, okay? They have these deep feelings. They've gone through the different stages, and that could be also why it's taking a level of time for things to progress, because somebody here also was trying to ground how they felt, okay? They were unsure about their feelings, and now they're sitting here saying, listen, I cannot deny it, okay? I love you. And this is also somebody that realizes that you are a warrior, that you're a champion. There's that Kanye West song, Champion, okay? That the way that you love them, it's grounded them, even in a slow manner, because somebody here moves methodically. They move very slowly. And I feel like it's because this person wants a solid commitment over time. They wanted to ensure that it wasn't just lust, it wasn't just an infatuation, but that they really did care about you. So now you have this person that's coming in here saying, listen, I'm ready to fight for this connection, and I'm ready to put the work in. I want things to move forward, because nothing is going to keep me away from spending time with you. Okay? Spending quality time is going to be very, very significant for the two of you moving forward, right? Because it's about this intimate time that you spend, whether that's quiet times together, on dates, conversations, texts, phone calls, emails, whatever it is. Your time is your currency. And time is the only thing we can't get back, right? Time is the only thing you cannot pay money to get more of. So this person is realizing that they've wasted a lot of time with somebody that's solid. They know that they love you, and now they're in a place where they're getting ready to fight for you. They're getting ready to show you how important you are, what they want from you. But in the beginning, there could have been a lot of uncertainty when it did come to you. Now, this doubt or this confusion, it could have been stemmed from a bunch of different things, right? And you could have even been in a place where you felt uncertain about the connection, because why are they not asking you to go out? Why are they not calling you? Why are they not saying anything to you, right? Because there's that uncertainty because of the actual slowness or the progression of your connection. So now you have somebody here saying, I want a second chance with you, okay? I want to rekindle the connection. I want to give it another go. And if there was an argument or no contact, there is somebody here that is waiting to apologize. This is somebody here that is sitting here getting ready to tell you, listen, okay, I am going to fight for another chance to be with you. I'm gonna fight for it. You think that I'm just gonna let the person go that I love? No. But I needed some time. It's like, this is somebody that needed time. This is somebody that is constantly thinking about your body. I'm also getting that the best thing that you can do for this person is to pray for them. And they've been praying for you. Somebody here has been praying for a second chance because they're uncertain with the way that you feel about them. They're uncertain about, you know, whether or not you will be able to rekindle this. This is also somebody that's manifesting this love, and they're hoping that you love them too. Like they're really in their head here about, you know, wanting to treat you the way that you deserve. Someone has their eyes set on you and wants to move this connection forward. Expect to be asked out on dates. Someone special wants to put the work in to get closer to you. Let them wine and dine you, and maybe you want the same. So again, I feel like this could be, for some of you, somebody new coming in. For some of you, this is somebody from your past that you may have not spoken to for a period of time, because there is a level of confusion with whether or not you're even open to entertain it. But somebody here is definitely thinking about you. They want to reconcile with you. And again, you also have somebody here that's sitting here and they are admiring you. They could be admiring you for your significant transformation, right? You have this secret admirer who is in love with you and watching you from afar. That could be a lover, that could be a friend, that could be somebody that you may not even realize. However, there is something in regards to your connection or your situation that will be transforming. So if things have been weird or confusing or off, things are gonna be moving to a more stable place. And it's because this slow burn, you've been patient. And in this patience, you've had a level of evolution. And the interesting thing about this is that somebody here was forced to walk away from you, okay? So somebody in your past was forced to walk away, whether there was certain life events that challenged this person to make a decision to let you go, whether it was a way that it was forced, okay? Whoever this individual is, they feel like I didn't have an option but to walk away from you, but to admire you from afar. So this could be whether it's spell work, whether it's a job, whether it's a family, whatever it could be, they were forced to walk away. There was nothing that they could do except admire you from afar. And this is somebody who feels like maybe you're gonna find somebody that's better than them, okay? And now they're over there sitting saying how heartbroken they are because all they wanna do is spend time with you, right? This is somebody who disappointed you because instead of telling you, listen, I have to walk away right now, okay? Even from our friendship, or maybe I needed to walk away from the love because there was a certain boundary that this individual crossed, or there is something here that made this person be forced to walk away. And it's hard. So you could have been heartbroken. This person is heartbroken. And now there's this energy of this transformation. There's this energy of this solid commitment that has evolved. And now this person wants to rekindle it because the slow burn and sitting there watching you, they're sitting here saying, how could I be undecided? How could I not know what I want? I knew that I loved them. I manifested them. And then I was forced to make a decision that I didn't want to do when I knew I should have fought for it. I knew I should have put the work in instead of walking away and doing the easy thing here. Somebody here is definitely heartbroken because they're disappointed in themselves. That could be you also disappointed in yourself, because whoever this person is, they do want to come forward. They do want to speak the truth. It's about this trumpet. It's about this person wanting to explain why there was a change in direction, because they feel like your wishes were unfulfilled, and you and them could have even been blaming one another or dissatisfied with whatever choices are occurring. There's a lot of regret for the way that this relationship has gone down. It's almost like you feel possibly dismissed or misunderstood in the past. But this is somebody that is in love with you. This is somebody that, Star Spangled Banner, for some of you, could be spending the 4th of July with them. But the stars are aligning. Your person could also be somebody special. Your person could be a star, right? But what they're realizing is that this is a destined connection. So you two were meant to meet. You guys were in the right place at the right time, and you were this perfect match. You were cut from the same cloth. You had the same morals. You had the same values. You guys were vibing at the same frequency. But the thing is, here's the thing, right? When you're in love with somebody, love is a very high frequency, and there's gratitude there. That's the highest frequency of all, okay? But other people are not on your same vibration. Other people don't have the same unconditional love that the two of you have for one another. And it's easier to demonize somebody and say, you did this, this, and that, and that's why it's easier to hate somebody than it is to sit there and say, there may be things that are beyond my control, that are beyond what I see with this individual, and instead of demonizing them, I need to understand them. Because if you fell in love with them for a reason, they weren't a bad person. They were on your vibration. They wanted the same thing you wanted. And what you may not realize is that they were forced to walk away. They were forced to move because for some reason, your connection is taboo. This situation involves people from different worlds attracting each other. And even though there's these differences, the chemistry between the two of you will always defy logic because love isn't rational. After a period of time of being hurt, you will still love that person because you know that their soul is good, but that 3D version of themselves does not match their soul purpose. And others did not agree with your connection. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Mexican, Jewish, Muslim, whatever, right? None of that matters when it comes to the heart. But the problem is, other people did not agree with your connection. So even though you and your person are mirroring each other, you're matching each other, right? What you feel, you feel. What is triggered is also triggering them. How you react, they react the same way. You are staring at a carbon copy of yourself, even through the physical differences. You're on the vibration where you're destined to be together. And the reality is this: people would prefer to push a negative perspective because God forbid if we all love each other. God forbid if we start living life in God's eyes. So you have somebody here who is mirroring you, but they're also sitting here saying, is it too late? Did I miss my opportunity? How was I so misaligned? They were dragging their feet. Because there had to be some type of conversation here that this person needed to have with you, but they did not have the heart to have it. So instead, they were inactive. They created doubt and confusion, and procrastination set in, and that's ultimately what blocked your connection from union. But now you have this person who is getting ready to banish this fear because you and them have this significant bond, right? Where it's releasing the fears because they already know this is a destined connection. And they're also knowing that this procrastination, this slow movement, that's ultimately what blocked the intimacy. This person wants to open up to you. They want to talk to you. They want to go in depth in a manner that is very deep. Somebody said something to me one time, and because I see things, right? I see, like, I can look at somebody, but I see the undertones, right? That means I see what other people don't see, but what people see, I see the opposite. It's almost like if you take a picture and you develop film, that's how I see it, in verse. And he said to me, and this is somebody I love very dearly, he said to me, you see what's hidden. Other people are unable to see it. So with you and this person, with your differences, you never saw the differences. All you saw that you and this person were mirroring each other. You didn't understand why they were dragging their feet. Because reality is, you and this person have an unbreakable bond. No matter how mad you get at this person, no matter how mad they get at you, they are still praying that time will pass, but the love between the two of you will always remain, because this is a ride or die type of energy. Even in distance, it can't keep you apart. You may have not been speaking to this person, and you're like, why are they not saying anything to me? I keep feeling like they want to say something, but they don't, because you have to let go of this fear. And this is somebody who is planning. But in planning, sometimes you need a little bit of space. So this person, I feel like they weren't prepared for you. I feel like they weren't prepared for this situation, for the attention that it received. Because it's something here about when somebody is really in love, whatever power and respect that they had before, for some reason, when you're in love, people all of a sudden think that you're not powerful or you're not strong, when it's the complete opposite. But this person was also busy listening to other people instead of going with the flow, right? Allowing things to evolve naturally, right? The problem is you have stuck too late. The thing is, the way that this was flowing, this person was not used to the natural flow of a relationship, the natural flow of why am I in love with her or him? Why can I not get them out of my mind? Why is it that the collective is the only person in my entire life that I've not been able to walk away from, that I've not been able to let go of fear? Why is it? It's almost like you're coming in as this surreal energy, as this dream come true, that they feel like they're never going to experience ever again. And it's because they never imagined in their life that they would find someone just like them, their perfect match. And respectfully, but it does defy a level of logic. And again, you could sit there and say, before I even come forward, there has to be boundaries. Because in an unconditional love, boundaries are the one thing that is always tested on both ends. Because unconditionally, boundaries, that person knows, even if I step over this line, even though I'm a habitual line stepper, okay, The collective will forgive me. They will always forgive me. But that's not respect. That's not feeling heard. So you could have, or this person needed to take time to teach somebody how to be treated. These are my boundaries. These are my safety lines. Listen, this is what occurred. But boundaries are also a two-way street when it comes to love, and that's why something should be respected. Because this person is sitting here saying they were sent from heaven, they were my match, they were my ride or die, they were my divine connection, where we go together like a hand in a glove, like peanut butter and jelly, like a car seat has your back, like salad with dressing. And the chemistry between the two of you is out of this world. To a point that this person has never felt something better than the way that they felt with you. But in that, it's still scary. This doesn't belong here. But get ready, because somebody here may want to reach out and have this conversation with you. By the way, if you haven't already, please make sure you like the video and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. But yeah, it looks like somebody here wants to reach out. They want to talk to you. They feel like communication is key, because they should have said something, right? Simple, okay? Simplistically. I should have told you that other people didn't agree because it was taboo. That's why I had to create space. I know you're my divine person. I'm just giving you a reason why there's a certain boundary that's here. I know it feels like this is a surreal relationship. I'm trying to go with the flow, but this is about breaking things down, not worrying about the minute details. These type of relationships, it's not boots on the ground. It's a macro perspective. It's a higher level of elevation. It's a different type of octane. It's a multi-dimensional type of connection that will always supersede anything else. But the problem is with this individual, or even with you, the simplicity inside of your connection dissipated. People were doing the most when the situation didn't call for it. You could have needed to keep yourself in check. This person needed to keep themselves in check. Somebody here needed to keep calm, cool, and collective and simple. You don't need to impress anybody but yourself. And this is also about trusting in that situation, trusting the words, right? When this person calls you, if you want reconciliation, which my guess is if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, okay? I also feel like there could have been some type of other competition for you or this person, and that's what's also created this misunderstanding here, okay? Your person is inexperienced when it comes to love. So they're not trusting themselves. They should have not listened to other people, but they were inexperienced, so there was mistakes that were made. And that's why whatever they need to communicate or the actions that they need to take, they did not match. And it did. It created a lot of misunderstandings. Because again, the actions and the words of this person should have been taken simplistically, but they were taken the wrong way. They were blown out of context. That's why it's imperative here for you and this person to come in and communicate effectively, to clear up the confusion, because you may feel like there was another person here. There was multiple contenders, but that was a misunderstanding vying for your attention or your person's attention. There's somebody here who was in karmic energy. Somebody here confused your person. Okay? That's what it is. So instead of trusting to bring things to simplicity, there was competition that was entered. Okay? And there is somebody here with a karmic vibe. If you haven't already, please make sure you like the video and subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. By the way, this is Spiritual Infusion 1111. If you are listening to this on Illuminati Tarot or any other tarot channels where it is not Spiritual Infusion 1111, they are stealing my content, please make sure you report them immediately. I would greatly appreciate that. What do we need to understand here? It's something about them wanting to start with a friendship. It's like you guys could have started as, like, there's something about friends feeling very strongly pulled to you. But I also feel like, too, their friends were upset because why are you removing your energy from me? Why are you changing? It's like this person flipped. If they were out all night long partying when they met you, they started staying in. They felt like you did something to them to stop them from proceeding. What do I need to tell the collective when it comes to this? What's the collective's message? Somebody here feels really bad. Somebody here misses you a lot. Moon in Cancer, because there's restriction. This person restricted how they felt emotionally. They can't let you go. You have no idea how unhappy that they've been now that there is some type of divide here. They listened to people that were jealous. They were comparing your relationship to other people. And other people would say, oh, you're just in a honeymoon phase. Well, it's been 10 years and I'm still in love with this person, or it's been 7 years, 5 years, 4 years, 2 years, 6 months. I still feel even stronger that every day that progresses, I feel more for that person than I do less. I want to get to know them. I don't have the same connection that you have with your wife or your husband. Ours supersedes logic because it's of God, because it's pure. But anytime you have a level of purity, what happens? When you have light, there's also dark. So this imaginary conflict regarding your boundaries has ultimately blocked the intimacy and the vulnerability between the two of you. And that's why somebody here is really angry. They're angry at themselves. They're angry at their friends, okay? Aries, Scorpio energy, they're frustrated here because they wanted to take action, but again, they were too busy focusing on the fact that it was taboo and not paying attention to the fact that you guys were a part of God's plan, divine order. This person also feels like you could have got relatively upset with them. And what you don't realize is it really hurt their feelings. And nobody is perfect. If you're over there acting like you didn't do not one thing wrong, you're wrong, okay? It takes two to tango. That's the reality. Maybe your heart was right, but you could have got to a place where you said something that really, really hurt this person. And vice versa. And the lack of communication or the lack of conversation that this person said could have really hurt you. You both are sitting there upset because you're not getting what you want. You're not getting what you want because, again, it's about action. There is a lot of things that are unseen with inside of this connection. We fix our eyes on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, what is unseen is eternal. Your love for that person, more than likely, you can't even put it into words. That's why it hurt when this person was taking too long, because you trusted them. So now you're sitting here saying, how did you not have time for me? How did you not have space for me in your life? But this person needed to understand the law of balance. Giving everything to a connection and ignoring your friends, that's not balance. There has to be a work-life balance. And that's something here that's unseen, where you could have been blamed for whatever was occurring. But there was some action here that was taken and you could have not seen it. whether they told your friend, whether they sent you a message, there was some type of communication that came in that you did not see, or something that was blocked. And that's why this individual thought that you didn't want to talk to them or you didn't want to be with them. Because they then, whatever communication that you didn't see, somebody sent you a message. I don't know if it's on social media. I don't know if they stopped by your house. I don't know what, but there was communication here that was had between you and your person. Your person sent you something. Something either got lost in translation, and they thought that you viewed them as taboo. And that's why everything burned. That's why everything changed. But also, somebody was comparing you and them, comparing the two, comparing your desires, comparing your ambition, comparing your physical energy, and whatever occurred with this person where maybe they were a go-getter, the moment that they came in contact with you, their entire perspective changed. This is Sagittarius energy. You also have Scorpio energy here as well. It changed. The way that they look at things, the way that they see things, because either the way that you do things, your culture, the way you love, your personal beliefs alone transformed this person, transformed the way that they view the world. Pisces, Aquarius energy. But things had to change. Things had to change in your connection. Because the beauty about these is that it's innocent. It's free. I would lose everything today for an unconditional love. You can take everything away from me, but you will never take away my mind. You will never take away my heart. You will never take away my soul. Because a lot of these twin flame connections, they go through hell. Because you're being tested. Do you really love this person? Are you really seeing them for who they are? Are you going to have faith in this journey where you wait? Are you going to have faith in this journey where you're able to heal, where this action is requiring you to physically heal, to physically make you patient? And maybe because this person was unexperienced, that they needed time to see if the other options made up to you, or were you just different to them? Because they were forced to wait. I'm telling you, you don't understand. It's not as clean and clear. It's not as 3D, as three-dimensional as you think. There are things that go on behind the scenes. There is good and evil right now that are currently fighting. And guess what? Duality is needed. However, this person, Aries energy, 3 of Wands, was forced to watch you from afar. They were forced to wait before they could take this new situation. That's why, you getting frustrated or you getting angry here or whatever it may be, 9, 8, 7, right? It's like you guys have to go back to the beginning. What are you fighting for? Because what you don't realize is that in this 7 of Wands, the alignment is the fact that this person is standing alone, but they have the advantage because they see the enemies below. You wouldn't be able to have that advantage if you don't take a higher perspective. And whatever the confusion and the illusion are, 7-7, You could be a life path 7, 3, 7, 7, 3, 3, 14, 4, 18, 3, 4 could be significant, 8, 7, 7, 8, 7, 9, 9, 7, 97 could be significant. But this person is waiting for you to block the confusion. This person is waiting. They can't take action until you get out of this fog or they get out of this fog. And again, you're mirroring one another. So that means if they're in a fog, guess who else is in a fog? You are. This is also somebody that understands why you're angry, because everything burned. And instead of coming forward and explaining it to you, this person hid the actions and made you feel like they didn't want you, but that was never the case. Holy cannoli. Let's get into your extended really quick. I want to see, I'm going to take this card out because I want to see what they're waiting for. By the way, I ripped my nails off because of a couple of things, but I also just wanted like my nails to breathe. So, yeah, just throwing that bad boy out there because I know it looks like Hannibal Lecter took to my nails because they were stuck on. All right, so first thing I want to know is what were they waiting for when it comes to you, okay? I also want to know about what in particular was their inexperience. Was it being in a loving relationship? Was it being with somebody that was older or younger than them? What mistakes do they feel like they made being inexperienced? Because that's significant, right? You can't expect somebody to cook something. Like if I tell you, okay, I want you to make me chicken piccata. If you don't have the recipe for chicken piccata, how the hell are you gonna do it? If you've never made it before, if you're inexperienced, you're gonna be mad that there's no piccata with the chicken, or they forgot the chicken, or they forgot the, the capers. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that that is a part of the journey, that you were chosen for this destined love because you are here to ask those questions. I also want to know what was the main misunderstanding between the two of you, because the fact that their inexperience caused the misunderstanding, you didn't see something, okay? I do feel like there was some type of karmic vibe here, okay? That was competition, that could have been in your person's ear, and I also want to know about them. Because whoever this individual is, they preyed on your person's insecurities, they preyed on their inability and their inexperience. Even with the communication, they were very good at communicating something that they shouldn't even have been communicating. By the way, all of this, I have 4 more cards to pull. All of this is going to be available in the extended. The extended is available on Vimeo, okay? The link for that will be in the comment section below. You click on the link, it takes you right on down to Funky Town, okay? But what we do here is we take a deep dive into your person's psyche. It's exactly the way that they're viewing things. It's the minute details, right? To have this type of love, you have to have a macro perspective. You have to be the butterfly. You can't be the caterpillar. You may were the caterpillar originally, but you evolved, you transformed. But still, the butterfly still goes down and lands on the flowers because it still has to be grounded. It still has to understand the way that the world works from the ground up, but at any time they can go low or they can go high. They can go 3D, they can go 5D. So that will be available. Click right here. It will take you right there where you guys can view it. If you guys feel like this reading really resonates, because this is even somebody where they could be like, they could look a certain way, they could have experience even in intimacy, right? But when it comes to being loved, they don't have that. What's heavy on their mind with the collective? Okay, marriage, stability, being successful, okay? This is also somebody that doesn't want to let you go. What is this person's hopes? What is this person's hopes with the collective? The Wheel of Fortune, you're fated. They hope that you are going to, well, let me not say that, because I'll tell you guys in the extended. What actions are they currently taking in order for this? Okay, becoming more, spiritually in tuned. Okay, if this was somebody who was attached to materialistic possessions, it's changing. They're realizing like money isn't everything, it's needed, but it's also about balance. And what is the purpose of this connection from God? What is the purpose? What does the collection need to understand what the purpose is right now for what they're going through? Wow. Love beareth all things, love believeth all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things. Absolutely beautiful. So, with that being said, this is your reading. I love you guys so much. I am going to be posting on Spiritual Infusion Unfiltered, so if you want more content, go check that out. But this is pretty intense, right? So if you guys want to check this out, please feel free to click on the link in the comment section below. It will take you right to Vimeo where you guys can watch it. And if you want to book a personal reading, you can check out my website. All that information is listed in the description. Until then, I'll talk to you later.